Hey YouTube, this is Poohmobile. In this video I'm going to be talking about a new set of monsters that comes out in this new set that I honestly really like and really want to build this deck. I think they're strong contenders in competitive play. Though it may not be obvious right away why. It's a little bit of a weird how they work together, but it is a really strong mix of monsters. So I'm just going to go through the wind-up cards from the new set. Just so you know, there is like 9 cards to go through, so this video might be a little longer than most. The first one is Wind-Up Soldier, level 4 Earth, warrior type. His effect is, during your main phase, you can increase this card's level by 1 and attack by 400 until the end phase. This effect can only be used once while this card is face up on the field. One thing you're going to see a lot from the wind-up monsters is they all use their effects once while they're face up on the field. And then a lot of their effects flip them face down and face up again, so they can use their effects multiple times. So basically this effect does 2 things. One, it turns it into a level 5, which lets you get to Archtype, Keeper of Genesis, which I think is one of the most underrated cards in this set. It's a level 5 Exceed. So all you really have to do is plop a Cyber Dragon, go Wind Up Soldier, increase the level. There you go. And attack by 400, so it boosts it up to 2200, which is a really high attack for something you can just summon. It'll pretty much get over anything. Some other cool things about this card, it's searchable off Reinforcements of the Army, because it's a level 4 warrior. So altogether, pretty solid card. It's nice in any set of monsters to have a card that just has a good attack value and can normal summon, because when you're top decking, sometimes it's all you really need. The next card is Wind-Up Magician, and this is kind of the card that the deck relies on. Spellcaster, level 4, 600 attack, 1800 defense. If the effect of a Wind-Up monster is activated, except Wind-Up Magician, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Wind-Up monster from your deck in face-up defense position. This effect can only be used once while this card is face-up on the field. So basically, when you just main phase boost with Wind-Up Soldier or activate any of the other Wind-Up effects, which most of them just activate for free once, you special summon a level 4 wind-up from your deck. If that doesn't seem really broke to you, I'm not sure what you're thinking. It's a free +1 for basically no cost, and it allows for extremely easy Exceed summoning, is basically what it gets down to. Most of the wind-ups are 4s, so bring out your Wind-Up Soldier, get Magician on the field, and then bring out another Soldier with Magician's effect, and there's a Steel Swarm Roach. So really easy combos together. It's got 1800 defense, so it's got some staying power. Attack's a little low, but that's not the biggest deal. Once again, it's a level 4, so easy Steel Swarm Roach exceeding, which is going to be a big difference in this game. Next, we have Wind-Up Dog. Looks like that. Level 3 Beast, 1200 attack, 1900 defense. During your main phase, you increase this card's level by 2, so that puts it to 5. So once again, easy sinking of Archtype, Keeper of Genesis. An attack by 600, so it boosts it to 18 until the end phase. This effect can only be used once while face up on the field. Once again, allows for easy Exceed material and easy abuse of Wind-Up Magician. That's honestly the 2 big things with this card. This will probably be played in smaller amounts than just Wind-Up Soldier. Next we have Wind-Up Juggler. Looks like that. The effect is, after damage calculation, if this card battled an opponent's monster, you can destroy the opponent's monster. This effect can only be used once while this card is face up on the field. Once again, easy activation, level 4. It's a Psychic type, which is kind of fun, so you can fool around with a little bit of Synchro Summoning to some of the Psychic guys, if you want to try and fit that in. The big thing is, after damage calculation, just so you guys know, if I believe if this card dies by battle, you don't get to activate the effect. It actually has to stick around. So this is mainly for running over things that have a higher defense. Like if you run into a spy, it just blows it up afterwards. And then that would trigger Wind-Up Magician's effect too. Plus it's got 1700 attack, 1000 defense, so really good stats. Next up we have Wind-Up Snail. Level 2, so a little lower level, Aqua effect, 100 attack, 2000 defense, so big defense on this one. During your main phase, you can target one set card on the field. Return the target to its owner's hand. This effect can only be activated once while this card is face up on the field. Once again, Another really easy way to activate Wind Up Magician's effect. High defense on him, and it can, remove the one back row they have, or you can just abuse it by bouncing set monsters back to their hand. Really good against Gravekeepers, force them to reset their spy. It's just a pretty solid card all around. 2000 defense, will make sure it stays for a bit too. Okay, now we move on to the spell cards. Legendary Wind Up Key. It's a quick play spell, and this will be big for your Wind Up Magician and Wind Up Snail. Change all face-up Wind Up monsters you control to face-down defense position. So it takes those monsters whose effects you want to activate, so Wind Up Magician, Wind Up Snail, who have low attack, and flips them down into defense where they'll be a lot more durable. Also, it resets all the Wind Up monsters' effects. So if you Wind Up Key them face down, you can then flip them face up and activate their effects again. Next up, we have Wind Up Factory. It's a continuous spell card. Looks like that. Once per turn, if the effect of a Wind Up monster is activated, you can add one level 4 or lower Wind Up monster from your deck to your hand. So yeah, this remind anyone else about Black Whirlwind? It's pretty much the same as long as we have priority. All you really have to do is go Wind Up Soldier, call priority, grab Wind Up Soldier, grab any of the other Wind Up monsters. It's almost better because you can grab same copies of monsters. So yeah, this thing is really, really good. And so long as it's not limited, which that's not to say it won't be in the new ban list, but yeah, does anyone else remember when we could play 3 Black Whirlwind and it was Shura, grab 2 other monsters? Well, Wind Up Factory, double Wind Up Factory, summon Wind Up Soldier priority, 2 more Wind Ups. I mean, this can get nuts really, really fast, really, really easy. Honestly, the only big difference is you can only activate it once per turn, instead of the, so it's not that you can Wind Up Magician and then, Wind Up Magician, Wind Up Soldier, grab 2 things. That would be a little over the top, but think of it as Black Whirlwind, where you only had 1 normal summon. Well, this can only be activated once per turn. Now, that's not to say you can't activate multiple copies per turn, just so you know. You can activate multiple copies. The other thing that's really broke is, unlike Black Whirlwind, where you normal summoned, it was done. With this one, if you flip it face down, flip it face up, activate again, search again. Kind of running low on battery, so I'm going to try and speed it up. Overwind, another really nuts card. Regular Trap, easy enough. Target 1 face-up wind-up monster you control. Its attack and defense are doubled. It returns to the hand during the end phase. You can only activate 1 Overwind per turn. So yeah, mini limiter removal. That doesn't destroy the monster, it just returns to hand, which allows you to activate the effect again after you normal summon it next turn. This card is nuts. I mean, activate the effect. If you have their Wind-Up Factory on the field, grab a card. You just obviously killed whatever attacked you because it doubles the attack. Bounces it back to the end of the hand at the end of the turn. Summon it again. Wind-Up Factory, grab another card. The last thing I'm going to go over is their Exceed monster, Wind Up Zen Master. He is coming out, I believe, in the 2nd wave of tins, just so you know. Level 4 rank. Or not level 4 rank. Rank 4. So, obviously, all those level 4 wind-ups go right into him. 1900 attack, 1500 defense, so a little weak on the attack. This card gains 300 attack for each of its Exceed materials. So, it starts off at 25, so I guess it's not quite as weak as I thought. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Exceed material from this card to select 1 face-up monster on the field that you control. Flip that monster into face-down defense position. During the end phase, the select monster is flipped into face-up attack position. So basically what he does is he allows you to reuse all the wind-up monster's effects by flipping them face down, and then, assuming they weren't summoned this turn, you can just flip them up again, because you're allowed 1 position change per turn. Or it auto-flips them face up during the end phase, so you can use it on Soldier and some of the other guys without worrying about them getting run over when they're in defense mode. So yeah, that is all the wind-up cards that came in this set. I honestly think it is an extremely strong monster type. I would attribute it somewhere between Gadgets and Blackwings. It's kind of a mixture between the two. So yeah, give them a try. Honestly, they have 2 supers, and I think Zen Master might be an ultra, and the rest of them are just commons and rares, so they're really cheap. yeah, very strong lineup. This is something I'm definitely going to try playing. Maybe once I get the deck together, I'll play test it a bit, and then maybe I'll post my deck list up on here for you guys. But yeah, wind-ups. Look for them in the new set. They're going to be good. Once again, this is Playmobil. Please subscribe, and talk to you guys later.